Who is it? Vinny!
Hey, dude, are you there?
Hey, what's up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude,
man?
I don't have a scary story, man. I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll pull
grandfather.
out your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot of...
That is what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of the moon. Third phase of the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome to Goof on tonight. It is 7 p.m.-ish. It is February 25, 2002, 6. It's gonna be a good show. Everybody I know is here. We're going to talk about UFOs, legacy programs, and things that aren't even real. Huh? Right. Can you imagine if everything you knew about ufology was a lie? Now there's a title. Yeah, I poked myself in the eye, and it is very hard for me to open it up. And hold on a second while I do something. And I have to wear protective glasses. And I'm not supposed to do anything to the eyeball. Ah, juicy fruit. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about things that go boom. See, things that go bump in the night. Think about it. Shh. Is it your neighbor? Is it your dog? I wonder what it could be. I have no idea. We're going to talk about forged while stoned. No. Forged. No, that's not. Forged while stoned. Yeah, something's wrong about that. That still doesn't work. Stoned. All right. But it's true. Everything I tell you is a lie and the truth. Because I only know what I read. You know? And if somebody says something that seems a little too perfect, you're going to have to answer me. Can you imagine? All hail Richie. And all the little people would be like, oh, be like Emin Black, I almost said. Emin Black. Oh boy. That's not good. Emin Black? Emin Black? Ain't a word. My eye is killing me. I can't open up the other eye because of the throbbing pain I'm in. But I'm trying. We're going to get there. We're going to do it together. All right, hold on. Oh, here it is. Oh, phenomenal. There we go. Oh. So, let's get the shindig started. Huh? Shelly. Cheryl. We. Oh, that's right. I pray to the gods of Goofonian that the stream runs smoothly tonight. Greetings and salutations, Goofonians, from Moody Mungo, everybody. Moody Mungo. There's Kelly Lewis. How you doing, lady? James. Nice to see you. Jeanette. How you doing? I got a little crazy for a second. Hey, who's here tonight? Jordan Bonnie, you gotta be get out of here. Wow, it's been a long time. 2 years? Hello, Richie. William Bonnie and I are watching your show on the big screen. How you doing, bud? Look, I got one iota. And the other eye, I don't know what he's doing. It's like Marty Feldman. It's killing me. I hate this. Anybody who's ever, and I barely poked my eye. Yes, I poked my own eye. Have you ever tried opening something? Oh no. Idiot. That's what happened. It wasn't like I was putting on my socks, and my hand slipped as I'm pulling it up, and that didn't happen. That would have been a believable story, but no, all I did was boink. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, God. It'll go away. If y'all want to help support Truthology for UFOlogy, all the links are in the show description. We've got Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, and Cash App. All those things are out there in the description. If you ain't like what we do, then up yours. With a cup of milk. All right. Hey, Jordan Bonnie. How you doing? All right. Glenn Collins, the big band man's here. Rich? Hey, Rich. Leadfoot. How you doing? F-A-A-A. Beep. It's the FAP show with FAP9. Hi, I'm FAP9. Tonight we're going to be talking about the things that we usually don't talk about. Now my nose. So let's get started. Who's this lady? Jeanette says, hi, and welcome to GoofOn, the place for Truthology for UFOlogy. Please don't forget to smash the like button. Set the notification on and subscribe. Ain't that the truth? Hey, that's the only way you're going to get all the truth in the field. If I'm up, I'm not sleeping. I feel like something's different. Oh, right. I'm not even going to talk about it. So let's do. And if I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Not a lot of people here, but let's do what we do. Do. Da is all I want. Reptilian humanoids who are carnivorous with huge lifespan are still here. Did you know that? Sometimes I'll walk into my parents' home and my dad's on the couch like this. What's he doing with the tissue in his eye? From what I understand, Parkinson's has very strange things. All right. Alex Collier was interviewed in 1994 by Rick Keefe from UFO Hypotheses. Mr. Collier states reptilian ETs from Alpha Draconis, the Orion group, and the gray ETs from Theta Reticuli. You say reticuli, I say reticuli. You don't believe it all, I don't care if you do. You ready? In 5, 4, 3, engage. Hey, what's going on? Hold on, kids. Hold on. We have a super chat. Oh, when did that come up? I didn't see a super chat. Did you? And there it is. Well, I'll be an uncle's munkle. Happy 2026-LOL. I know I messed up. Happy -2026-LOL. It's a $5 super duper chat with so much love, it'll make your head spin the other way. See what I mean? Hey, thank you very much at Happy 2026. LOL. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. And if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Go!
Andromedans tell you that the Alpha Draconans are here now. Where?
There are 1,833 of them that have been living underground between...
Oh, wait. Oh, wow. That was extremely specific. There's a whole bunch of them down there. There are, 1,833. Okay. I mean, really? 1833, yo. 1,830. It's only 1,800. Gosh.
100 and 200 miles beneath the surface. They've been here, some of them have been here a long, long time. They have lifespans.
And if I talk like this, I might even sound. I know what I'm talking about.
That are thousands of years. They're carnivorous. They're not friendly to mankind.
They're both. They're carnivoroids.
At least the ones that are here.
Are you saying carnivorous?
Oh, at least the ones that are here. You see.
They eat humans?
Yes. And they won't eat a dead human. It has to be alive at the time of the killing.
In that case, take me, please.
And we've been told, you shouldn't talk about that. There are other people say, well, you better not talk about the reptilians. Well, bull. Why not? According to the Andromedans, they're responsible for 31,712 children disappearing in the last 25 years from the United States.
Well, 13% of... What channel is this? Oh.
States. These children were food. And I'm supposed to just shut up and not say anything about it because people don't want to hear it? That's tough. That's tough.
Tough noogies.
Westchester County, in the last 5 years, 3,000 children in the Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going?
Yo, that's a lot. That's a lot. 3,000 people every day. No, what did he say? 3,000 children in Westchester County.
Children in the Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going? Why are we allowing this to happen? And why should people stay in denial about it?
Now, how are they able to do this? How are they able to? How are they able to do it? How are they able to come up out of this from underground and do it, or do they have?
There are tunneling systems everywhere. They're being helped by the Greys, and also there are groups within the higher echelon that are actually helping them acquire this.
So human beings are abducting the kids and giving them to the Greys, who in turn give them to the Alpha Draconans?
That's right. That's part of the deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there.
Doesn't that make you laugh in a way? Right? Everything is contingent on them being fed humans. Alive. They don't get their little turkey boy dinner, then they will appear at our dinner. Huh? I don't know. The whole thing's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, really?
You understand, it's about human beings selling themselves out. The echelon attitude here, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of humanity. And sorry, that just isn't right. But it's going to have to be humanity that's going to rise up and take the stand. You're just going to have to turn off your televisions. They're going to have to get in their car. They're going to have to fire everybody in Washington, D.C. that knows and does nothing. And they're going to have to do something. Yeah. This apathy's got to end. Otherwise, the way we live is going to end. Period. I mean, that's the bottom line. And I'm not coming from a fear space. I'm really quite angry about the apathy and the fact that, when people give lectures and try to tell us, people want to stand up and fight with them. Look at what's happening around us. The indications are everywhere. Everywhere. The truth is now an obscure thing. The lie is the norm.
That's
There's
right.
something wrong here. What's wrong with this picture?
Then nothing. Alex Collier. Nothing, bro. I mean, depends. It depends on who you is. There, am I dummying it down a little better now? Oh, that was That was with the vibration against it. Oh, that is so weird. Who's messaged me? Hold on. That's weird. Nothing here. Hold on. Okay, that's not it. All right, let me go. All right, let's get back to work. So the Pentagon, Pentagon Pete, I should say, gives half-hearted update on alien file source. This is from the Daily Beast. Well, I show this to you soon in about 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, go. So, there he is, Pentagon Pete. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said he's eager to carry out President Donald Trump's order to identify and release classified government files on ET life. What? Oh, you see what he's doing with his hands? Isn't that this? Isn't that what he's doing? Jim Carrey did that, remember? When he started his nut tour 10 years ago? Yeah, see? Boop. All right, anyway. Yeah, I don't want to... well, he says, we've got our people working on it right now. And I don't want to oversell how much time it will take. We're digging in. Yeah, we're going to be in full compliance with that executive order. Eager to provide that for the president. So there'll be more coming out on that. As far as the process of what we'll do, the former Fox News host was also clear he hadn't anticipated the release being part of his portfolio when taking on his job with the second MAGA administration. I did not have that on my bingo card at all, he said. Trump ordered the release of new findings on alien encounters after his Democratic predecessor, Barack Obama, sparked frenzied speculation with comments during a podcast about the possibility of the life elsewhere in the universe. They exist, Obama said. I haven't seen them. Oh, I can do Barack, but I don't do Barack. Barack does me. Wait, what? Who's this lady? Oh, no, that's not. Oh, that's Dana Perino. That can't be real. All right. Oh, that's me. My rotator cuff still hurts. All right. Well, where's the story? That's it. Oh, that's it. So, yeah. So, Heggie, the Hegman, says we are going forward with that executive order to declassify and publicly give out all the new information we have on alien technology, alien sources, and alien burgers. What? Nothing. I said alien burgers. They did. So we've got the reptilioids. We found out they're the ones running the show. So, Alex Jones and Dr. Stephen Frankenstein Stephen Greer. Let me pull this up so we can see it. Then we're gonna listen while they spew it. That was awful. All right, so put me on top, coach. Dr. Stephen Greer. My eye breaks the biggest news in his... No, I'm not high. Not high. Why do people would think that I'm high? I'm not even close to high. As a matter of fact, I haven't done anything since I woke up 12 hours ago. Yeah, I'm high. God. Unreal. I mean... Anyway, Greer breaks the biggest news in his 35-year history of leading the disclosure movement just days before Trump is set to release the secret UFO extraterrestrial files. Bombshell. Topics discussed. Who cares? Go. Oh my God, it's an hour.
People around the president in the intelligence community from his team that are compromised with blackmail files.
By the way, this is actually a really good interview. I think we're going to sit here for a minute.
And that is a huge problem. We know about it. We're trying to figure out how to resolve it. But this is another matter that has been handed over to federal law enforcement investigators. But it involves some of the real linchpins of gatekeepers to the president of the United States, this president.
Wow. So what spurred? I know you got your report to Trump last year. I confirmed it. I told people in the White House, you got it to his people. That really helped them a lot. And we show the report public on air. It's available on your site. And that seemed to accelerate all this. And the word is they're worried about waiting till July. Trump wanted to do this on July 4th. Is that wrong? And I'm hearing from my sources he's bringing it out earlier because they've got a counter narrative. What do you think Trump is about to reveal, and why is he about to reveal it?
Well, this is the big problem. There's a big debate there how do you disclose this? Now, I have published a sample speech that we've given to the president.
Here we go.
It's in that briefing document.
How many times have we heard that? I've briefed presidents, especially Bill Clinton. You know, I did. And Bush, Clinton, Bush. Remember those days? Remember those guys? Greer's always about this. I love it.
You showed a moment ago, and that would be a positive event moving humanity forward. If it is revealed the way some recent documentaries, like there was one that came out, Age of Disclosure, and it was all done by operatives of this cabal, of this organization. And that film always presented the subject as a threat to the national security. But they didn't say the threat was coming from inside the house. The threat's coming from these covert illegal programs, not from the non-human extraterrestrial intelligences.
All right. Calm down, Greer. Calm down. Easy. But they wouldn't do that, the aliens. All right. We got it. You know, we don't. Yeah. Oy vey. You gotta laugh at this. Hey, the one thing I noticed about ufology, right hand to God, there's just no evidence of anything. I don't care what anybody says anymore because they don't have any evidence to back it up. And then you get a thing like a Jake Barber whistleblower slash jack of all trades. All of a sudden, you know, he can whistle Dixie and they come running to him, right? All of a sudden, he's got this new psionic power. Psionic. Oh, brother. You guys and your words.
So this is how easily the public can be gaslit. The most senior guy at the CIA for 45 years on this, I know personally. And he said that rat pack that have surrounded themselves into the media and that you'll see on 60 Minutes, you'll see on Fox News, you'll see them, comporting themselves sometimes with Don Jr., hanging out. Those folks are giving disinformation, not just misinformation. What we're trying to do through our military team and direct whistleblowers who've handled the craft, who've been at sites where we've shot them down, is to get the president and his people the truth and not the fictional narrative. But we don't know at this point, I'll be honest with you, how this is going to play out. My biggest worry by far is that the president gets brainwashed in the wrong direction and puts this out as a threat, or when he handed this off to Hegseth, Hegseth starts looking into this, and through official channels, he comes up. It's a dry well. He hits nothing, and so we have to be sure that doesn't happen. This is what.
Yes, and the one thing that we find out is, a lot of the documents that Corbell gets, or Jonathan Greenwald Jr., the guy from the Black Vault, who got over 1 million FOIA documents, which is the Freedom of Information Act, used to get any information that the government knows about UFOs and aliens and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He gets the official public record of it. And then we tear it apart bit by bit.
Why I wanted to go on your show. And I have one of his Hegseth friends is on our team. But I think the public needs to know this is not a done deal in terms of how it comes. If it comes out the wrong way.
Is that right?
I have stated very directly at Mar-a-Lago and elsewhere that it will be 1,000 times worse than the botching of the COVID pandemic and all the mistakes that were made then.
Oh, my God. He's trying to give us, an idea of what would happen if disclosure came out and it was wrong. It would be catastrophic, So, yeah, of course, even if everything is done perfectly during the disclosure movement, speech, day, whatever you want to name it, there's going to be so much uncertainty that the world is going to be on alert. We're all going to be on pins and needles, walking on eggshells. Ooh, that might feel good for a change. And yeah, that would be cool if we could get some sort of alien confirmation. But I can't see that happening. And for the same reasons we haven't had disclosure, because now what do we go up? What do we do with the technology we've created? And they all go in the garbage? Kinda. We don't need it anymore. We have free energy, guy. What are you going to do with that? We don't need it. We got free energy. You're going to buy that? You don't need energy. And Greer says it'll take about 10 to 15 years to get everybody in the world switched over to free energy sources.
This will be 1,000 times worse. Now, if it's handled well, it would be one of the more unifying events in human history. We could announce a real golden age of technology and energy. Eventually, 15, 20 years from now, we could be off oil, off nuclear, off transmission lines.
And let's be clear, you said this 35 years ago, but it is confirmed everywhere.
You said this 35 years ago, and we're still here with oil.
We do 10 hours on this. They have all of this basically limited energy. They have all these technologies that are clean. It's being suppressed. It's disruptive. No, it's disruptive. It's suppressing it. It will free humanity to do everything, and it's time to do it. And so there's really... Why do you think we're reaching a point now where this is coming out? Like, why did the Trump chief scientist say we can manipulate time and space last year?
Yeah, right.
Why is Trump coming out and saying we have a lot of secret weapons, which I know they do? So it shows he has the inclination to bring this out. The question is he being given the real information?
Oh, that's the truth. What do you guys think? Of course they're not going to give Trump the information. I wouldn't give Trump the information before he was even president. Trump. How can you trust somebody that's so part-time that after 4/8 years, depending if they get reelected, after their term in office, why do they think they still need to help? Go retire. You ran the country into the ground for 8 years. It's okay. You can go to sleep. Don't worry about it. That's what they were telling Jimmy Carter. He had one of the worst not as bad as Biden's, but it was bad. Yeah, and they're like, no, it's all right. Let Jimmy play in. We need a good laugh. All right. I remember, what was it, 7-minute mark? Where are we?
Lost control of these projects to corporate interests and military-industrial complex interests, as he called them. It's gotten worse and worse. And since 1990s, when we started the disclosure effort, it's really actually worsened because the reverse engineering of extraterrestrial technologies has gone on apace with no one intervening for 30 years. And now we're learning that they're being used, these technologies, by humans in all manner of skullduggery.
And let's be clear, you're not just saying that. Eisenhower, in his farewell address, 21 minutes long, said there's a scientific technological elite that has seized control and is the main threat. They control the military-industrial complex. He didn't just say beware the military-industrial complex. He said beware this group that's in control of it.
Right, and that group is a group that has continued on. Now, we know who they are. Some good news on this front. But, what you're seeing on the media and on the internet is a tip of the iceberg of what we're doing. So we have a special forces team that is working with me that are going around getting more of this evidence. We have 750 plus whistleblowers. We have over 100.
Listen to this. How's this statistic? 750 whistleblowers, he said? And they all have the same exact story. It's amazing. It must be true.
150 black sites on a map.
That's racist.
These have been turned over to the administration and to some members of Congress, as well as to federal law enforcement. There are criminal investigations open. We're talking the largest RICO, racketeering influence corrupt organization in the world is behind the UFO secrecy. But I think what's more important for people to understand is that the president ordering the Secretary of War Hegseth to look into this won't make it happen. I am going to say this on camera right now. Mr. Hegseth and Mr. Trump, anything you need, my group and our special forces team that include Delta Force, Green Beret, some Marines, are ready to give you everything we have.
And for $40, guys, Mr. Pentagon Hegseth, you too can be a part of. Oh, all right, you don't need it. Okay, all right, go ahead.
And what we have put out to the public, here you'll see the summary of the briefing documents, about 350 pages. But we have over 20 terabytes of data. And we will give that to you. Don't do this for free. Everybody knows we do this for free. We don't get charged anybody. Members of Congress, same thing. Now, here's the problem with Congress. They've been having dog and pony show fake hearings up at the House Oversight Committee. And what that is that they have never issued a subpoena. And we're asking that the people that are on our list be subpoenaed. Because
and we've also had the bad guys flooding them with fake defense contractor people that lead them down rabbit holes.
Yep.
I've had all these Congress people call me and say, what's real, what's not? And I told them, look, I'm not the expert on this, but I said the stuff I'm watching is rabbit trails.
Well, here's what's fake.
The stuff I'm watching is rabbit trails. I love this shit. All right. I think we hear the same shkabadagi.
Northern Iran that was destroyed on site and blown up so nobody get their hands on it. However, our entire defense budget and Homeland Security and intelligence budget is like $1 trillion. It's 10 times more than the next biggest countries combined. And so we have the ability, let's say you have a 20% embezzlement rate on $1 trillion. There's at least $200 or so billion a year going into these illegal projects. But then you have the other revenue streams. Drug running, for a fact, have been used by the same organization. Human trafficking. They've been taking children and torturing them at black sites, and now we know where they are. I mean, I know I'm saying some very disturbing things, but
I've been following you 30 years. I've never heard you this hardcore.
No, this is serious.
I've been in ufology 22 years, and this is the first time I've ever heard, well, no, it's not. I mean, what I should have said was, and I didn't even finish my statement, he's the only one who talks like this in ufology. Nobody else is saying this. Doesn't mean it's true. It just means it's different. So they're using the technology, the alien technology, to drug run, abduct children, right? My hand's still up. All right.
And we have the proof of it, and federal law enforcement has the proof. So now how this all plays out is to be determined. We're very much concerned that Mr. Hegseth will not get the information he needs, or he'll be getting a combination of facts and fiction or
let's
myth.
explain that. Everybody thinks Trump or Hegseth or whoever magically get everything. You've been a doctor and other employees. If your employees aren't behind you, you get nothing. They are so good. In fact, it's in the WikiLeaks and other documents, and they're all about keeping Trump in the dark, bubble wrapping him, giving him disinformation.
But the truth is, it's not even that. The top tier of people around the president don't have access either. I mean, one of the big mistakes, and the ones who do, are part of a criminal operation. I'm going to say something.
There's nobody legit in ufology, is what he's saying. There's nobody legit. No matter what you got to do, you got to break the law. No matter what you got to say it wrong. You got to boppity beepity boop. Go to Dobser. Get approval. Dobser.
Here's the shocking. It's going to shock everyone who hears it. I won't name who it is, but there are a couple of key people around the president in the intelligence community from his team that are compromised with blackmail files. And that is a huge problem. We know about it. We're trying to figure out how to resolve it. But this is another matter that has been handed over to federal law enforcement investigators. But it involves some of the real linchpins of gatekeepers to the president of the United States, this president.
Wow. So what spurred? I know you got your report to Trump last year. I confirmed it. I told people in the White House, you got it to his people. That really helped them a lot. And we show the report public on air. It's available on your site. And that seemed to accelerate all this. And the word is they're worried about waiting till July. Trump wanted to do this on July 4th. Is that wrong? And I'm hearing from my sources, he's bringing it out earlier because they've got a counter narrative. What do you think Trump is about to reveal, and why is he about to reveal it?
Well, this is the big problem. There's a big debate there trying to, how do you disclose this? Now, I have published a sample speech that we've given to the president. It's in that briefing document you showed a moment ago. And that would be a positive event moving humanity forward. If it is revealed the way some recent documentaries, like there was one that came out, Age of Disclosure, and it was all done by operatives of this cabal, of this organization. And that film always presented the subject as a threat to the national security. But they didn't say the threat was coming from inside the house. The threat's coming from these covert illegal programs, not from the non-human extraterrestrial intelligences. So this is how easily the public can be gaslit. The most senior guy at the CIA.
That's nothing new, though, Greer. I mean, the public has been very easily manipulated since the day the boob tube was in their living rooms. God, can you imagine a day like that? You know, it's 1949, 51. When did TV come out? 55, 52, 51? Whatever it was in that time frame. What'd you get? End of World War II, the Beatles. Actual TV, not MTV. MTV came around 1980 or 81, was it?
For 45 years on this, I know personally. And he said that rat pack that have surrounded themselves into the media, and that you'll see on 60 Minutes, you'll see on Fox News, you'll see them
over and over.
Comporting themselves sometimes with Don Jr., hanging out. Those folks are giving disinformation, not just misinformation. What we're trying to do through our military team and direct whistleblowers who've handled the craft, who've been at sites where we've shot them down.
And there's no evidence of that, by the way. I'm saying this is just Greer, and he's got his stories. So anytime the government or the Pentagon, whatever you want to call it for this, for in the UFO world, they come out with something, Greer the next day comes out with his something. It's very smart. You got to ride the wave. And Greer's good at riding waves of disinformation, half-truths, and just plain out lies. He knows it. He knows it, but that's the name of the game.
Is to get the president and his people the truth and not the fictional narrative. But we don't know at this point, I'll be honest with you, how this is going to play out. My biggest worry by far is that the president gets brainwashed in the wrong direction and puts this out as a threat. Or when he handed this off to Hegseth starts looking into this, and through official channels, he comes up, it's a dry well. He hits nothing. And so we have to be sure that doesn't happen. This is why I wanted to go on your show. And
this is crazy. I mean, it's such a good interview. He really is good on this one with Alex Jones. But then again, it's Alex Jones, so he's turning it up.
The sites where this has been happening. For example, one of our new whistleblowers.
Well, that's where do all these slaves go? They admit they grab them. Where do they go? They go under.
Well, some of them perish in human experimentations. We know this. There's a program, whether they called psionics, where they try to get people to be hooked up to drugs and machines to use consciousness to track and hijack these extraterrestrial.
Sign me up. Where do you apply for this?
Vehicles. Sounds crazy. It's all true. And those people usually die during that training program, children as well as adults. And we know where this is going on. We have direct whistleblowers giving us this information who are currently in the system. So it's very important for the people to realize this is not just about UFOs and ETs or what have you, or other dimensions. It's really about the fact that the worst people right now have these technologies. Now, the reason this is all changing, to be honest with you, Alex, is that they realize there are so many whistleblowers coming forward. We've given all that to, like when Marco Rubio was co-chair Senate Intelligence, he received all this material from us. That's why they started having the breakthroughs. I was in the SCIF and gave it to the top investigators there at Senate Intelligence. So there's a critical mass of this coming out. And there are people, therefore, kind of like rats jumping the ship that's sinking. There are people now wanting to pivot to the side of disclosure and not get caught up in a treason and RICO.
Exactly. So it's exponential. Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
What are the bad guys going to do if things continue to start going against them? Like what are what dirty tricks could they play? Like a false flag and then blame the extraterrestrials? Yes. That's what I'm concerned about.
They could. It could be like.
Let's just be clear logically. If the extraterrestrials want to blow us up, they would already done it, like you said.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, when they first really got concerned when we detonated the first atomic bomb, we had vacuum tubes and they had interstellar technologies. Hello. I mean, if they were just nakedly hostile, it'd be over. But it sells movies, it sells books, and it sells defense contractors. That's what they did to Ronald Reagan. The colonel who was on the team selling SDI, Star Wars, to Ronald Reagan before he died told me personally that they fictitiously said there was an alien threat when they knew there wasn't one.
Was that Bob Bowman?
To get that money, Colonel Holman.
Yeah.
Colonel Holman, great guy. And so, this has been going on for decades. I mean, Reagan was 40 some years ago, right? So I think one of the problems.
Greer Greer's a reptilian. Look at what he just did. Watch what he did with his mouth, tongue, and lips.
There was an alien threat when they knew there wasn't one.
Was that Bob Bowman?
To get that money, Colonel Holman.
Yeah.
Colonel Holman.
Bob Bowman? No, Holman. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Great guy. And so,
here it comes.
This has been going on for.
Watch here. He is an alien. I guarantee it. Watch. Ready, go.
For decades. I mean, Reagan was 40 some years ago, right?
What the? Did you see it? I think he caught a fly.
To get that money, Colonel Holman.
Yeah.
Colonel Holman. Yeah. Great guy. And so, this has been going on for decades.
Watch.
I mean, Reagan was 40 some years ago, right?
Whoa.
So I think one of the problems is whether or not this president, and I think he has some people around him who are astute enough to see through the disinformation, but we don't know yet. And we're not going to know until how he takes this out. Now, this organization that have these technologies, yes, they could hit a button tonight and the skies would be filled with UFOs that are ours, but it would fool everyone. And even the men that are on the retrieval teams, and we're talking Delta Force people who are on the teams that actively down and retrieve the actual extraterrestrial vehicles, have told us the ones coming out of Raytheon and Northrop Grumman and Lockheed are so good, they're almost indistinguishable from an extraterrestrial or alien one. And
you know, I think that's a lie. I don't think that conversation ever happened. I think that's bullshit, and it sounds stupid. Oh, geez, I mean, look how good they're making it over here in Raytheon, Jeremy. Look at that. It's indistinguishable. Is that a UFO from an alien ship, or do my eyes deceive me, and is that just a regular man-made object? Shut off. Stupid. Fucking jerk off. Why don't we get the truth? Just bring out the goods. What's this?
When I was 17, I've been there. Personally,
stay right there. Dr. Stephen Greer, stay right there.
Shut up, Stephen. Wait, stay right there. Shut up.
Greer.com. Follow his books and films there. Amazing information. Big picture. Yeah, but I get it. There are good interdimensionals, but they're not usually involved as much as the bad guys in our dimension. I think that's where I was going. We'll be right back with Dr. Stephen Greer. This is riveting information. Regardless, we're not in Kansas anymore, folks.
What is this? The Disclosure Project Briefing Documents 2025 in paperback. For the first time ever, the official briefing document given to the government officials worldwide has been published. This redacted version covers a wide range of topics that are most relevant to the UFO disclosure. All right.
You know, magic is just something people don't understand. Okay. A cell phone 100 years ago will be seen as magic. It's technology. I want to thank all of our subscribers at Big.
All right. Good for you.
My dad and me and my sister hadn't been born yet. And I remember my dad wanted to go there because he read the Bible. It's there on missions.
This enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Go back. Let me hear what B say.
Read the Bible. It's all right there. Craft landing, all of it. The preachers go, oh, that's not literal, but everything else is literal in there, we're told. No, I mean, it's all clear. But suddenly you have Obama coming out a week and a half ago saying, oh, yeah, aliens are real. Then later saying I was joking. Trump said you shouldn't have declassified that. And then the reporter says, well, he has a right to. He's the former president, which is true. So this is a big moment. I mean, we're building towards something, and Stephen Greer has really been vindicated in all of this. And then I want to ask him,
why? Is he? Should he be vindicated for what? Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened yet. So why are we getting all excited and giving Greer a fresh coat of paint as if it's 1999 all over again, or 2001?
About the head scientist saying, yeah, we can control time and space now. And I talked to a lot of military people. They say the same thing, where they've sat there on missions doing things. And it's like the aliens, wherever they are, interested. And something will come in. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big. And it will go 20 miles. And they don't even see it move. It's like 20 miles. 20 miles. It'll just 100 miles. And so most people in the government don't know whether it's aliens or us or what it is. But the point is that we know suddenly after 47, all of our technology just explodes. Everything accelerates, and America has the lead. And Eisenhower says we have a technological elite that's taken over the military-industrial complex, so beware that. So here's a clip of Obama and then Trump responding.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
You need both. You need all persuasions. No discrimination.
This just happened last week.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to,
Well,
so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah, illegal. Only illegals.
So earlier, you got cut off by the break. You talked about we have all these former senior military.
So what he said was, listen to what he said very carefully. So what he said was 100% true.
Fly them out. There's other bases all over the place. So the idea that there's no underground bases and that's crazy, that alone is a whopping ridiculous lie. Please respond to that.
Well, actually, he's a lawyer, and you need to listen to what he said very carefully. So what he said was 100% true. And let me tell you why. This is going to be shocking. He was never granted access through channels and therefore through a top secret briefing. He got this. I have it right here. It's the president's briefing document from 2009, the first year he was president. He got a lot of information from people we were networking this to, including John Podesta, his guy who set up the whole cabinet for Obama, but he never personally got anywhere. And the same thing had happened to Bill Clinton. So again, they had information. He's right. And it was proven to him that we weren't alone. Nellis as president, he didn't get anywhere. Now, the thing about Area 51 is important. That was that's just a grid on a map near at Nellis Air Force Base. The Area 51 area was active decades ago, 50s, 60s. The big action now is north of there in Area 52, 53, 54, up by Groom Lake, Pahut Mesa. We have people who have actively been there on this issue. And then further north, there are some helo bases and underground bases where they respond to our downing of extraterrestrial vehicles using electromagnetic pulse directional energy weapons. So he really actually, the thing that what he might have said that would have been a little bit classified, but he wouldn't have gotten it through channels. If he didn't get it through top secret channels, he didn't violate anything. But see, this is a nuance that no one is talking about.
No, that makes perfect sense. They keep presidents in the dark. We know that.
Sure, and that he was no different, and Bill Clinton was no different.
So they told him no underground bases there, even though a novice can go research declassifications, they've got underground stuff there.
Right, and see, but that's not violating national security if it's open source.
Right.
Now, remember, all the top secret information I have, and a lot of it is stamped top secret, because we declared these programs illegal, unconstitutional, after it was proven to me that key people in the Congress...
Classification is, if it's illegal, it's not classification.
Correct. You can't use a law saying something secret when you yourself are part of a criminal conspiracy.
Did you see Dershowitz say that if Epstein was CIA, he wouldn't be in trouble? They're above the law allowed to rape kids. I mean, just a side issue. How do you make all the disclosure now? The Epstein stuff, all that. Why is it all coming to a head now?
Wait, hold on. Why is Alex Jones adding the Epstein files to a disclosure conversation? And saying what he just said blew me away. I don't understand why he would say this last thing here.
Classification is, if it's illegal, it's not classification.
Right after this.
Correct. You can't use a law saying something secret when you yourself are part of a criminal conspiracy.
Did you see Dershowitz say that if Epstein was CIA, he wouldn't be in trouble? They're above the law allowed to rape kids. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's move a little bit forward. We get it. I think we're good.
So one of the things you asked earlier we didn't get to about, the effects of lower dimension and consciousness affecting this world. one of the problems is most people on the planet are basically decent people, but there are what are called high functioning sociopaths who want power, who want money, who want control. And those sociopaths are dark, and they will therefore be influenced by the dark, as opposed to people who see a different future, a bright future, a beautiful future. And I think that it has to do with, what is the old saying? The world is as you are. So if you have those dark proclivities and you have that sort of egotistical dark interest in accumulating power, wealth, and control.
They impress that on the system, and that's what it builds. So how does AI tie to this?
Well, I think AI is like any other technology or tool. If it's in the wrong hands, it could be very harmful. If it's in the right hands, it's very useful. And the same thing is true of all technology. You know, I make this analogy that as an emergency and trauma doctor, I've seen knives, be used to put butter on your bread or slit someone's throat or stick it through the left ventricle of the heart. I've seen that many times. So the question is, what's going on with the consciousness of those who have the technologies? And this is where the good people of Earth need to come together with leaders who are good and see a good future, a golden future for the planet and for humanity, and make sure that the worst elements don't, because even though they have huge power. Now, let me tell you something real quickly that's one of the problems. And this happened to me in the 90s, where I was at the Pentagon briefing the head of intelligence for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Wilson. And at the end of the meeting, he said to me, he said, look, the best thing I can have access to is a B-2 stealth. Now, this is 1997, April 6th. And he said, but the organization, human organization that have these technologies, they have craft and aircraft and spacecraft and technologies that can do circles around my B-2 stealth. He says, it's checkmate. He says, I can't do anything about it. And so he threw his hands up. So now this is a problem now for this president and for Hegseth. You're dealing with covert programs that their technology trumps, pardon the pun, or exceeds anything the legal U.S. government can get.
So couldn't Trump, again, make the real announcement, tell everybody, checkmate them so they don't launch a false flag and blame the aliens, and then send in the military to grab all these bases?
Yeah, part of one of the executive orders that I recommended, that was given to him, to the president, involves standing up a strike team, and we've already identified the leaders.
So explain, we're talking about a coup against the deep state.
Yeah, it would be something.
You cannot be kidding me. What is he doing?
Well, it would be
My neighbor is drumming. Hear it?
An exertion of the rule of law by the government and citizens of the United States, but it can be done.
So a declaration of independence against the scientific technocratic elite that Eisenhower warned us of.
Yes.
Yes, and the question is, would it need to be kinetic?
All right. I think we get it. I think we're good. I think Greer and Jones touched enough of what I wanted to hear and what we need to hear. We get it. Yeah, it's just a little more Greer than I wanted to play, but with one eye working. And it's weird. It's like the pain comes and goes. And this happened yesterday or last night. No, not last night. When did I do this? 2 days ago? Well, yeah, it was all day. Yeah, it was bad. All right. I don't know if you know this, guys, but UFO, there's a mystery going on as a vault with 3.8 million files of ufology is wiped clean hours after Trump demands alien documents released. What? Yep, there's a thing that deleted them. Allegedly. That's bizarre. Wonder if it was an AI thing. You think? No, couldn't have been. The Black Vault. Hey, John Greenwald. Reported. Okay. Oh my God! Listen to this. The Black Vault, John Greenwald, run by researcher and ufologist John Greenwald Jr., had its main server reportedly wiped clean on February 20th, deleting hundreds of gigabytes worth of files on UFOs, declassified CIA projects, and major conspiracies, including the assassination of JFK. And Greenwald shared that news online, explaining that some server directories had their permissions, the safeguards on who can access or edit them, and the file ownership logs changed without explanation. Oh boy. Wow. That is unreal. Yeah. John's like the go-to source for, that kind of information. That's sad. That's terrible. And the timing of this sabotage, it just came a couple of hours after the president's history-making decision ordering the Pentagon to disclose anything alien-related, unidentified flying objects, blah, blah, blah. John says, I'm not sure when. Wait, hold on. He posted this on X. Yesterday, he said, hold on, something's up. Hold on. There it is. Is this it? Something's up. It's not pulling. Let's see. Close. Hold on, let me see something. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it did work. Yesterday, I discovered that 100% of my main document server was gone. No files, nothing. This just happened to me 6 months ago. So am I going to say that, oh yeah, somebody wiped all of my audits off my external hard drive? Which is weird because it's timing. This was hundreds of gigs of data in thousands of directories, and it just vanished. And then he says, in addition, numerous server-side directories had permissions changed and file ownership changed. You gotta be kidding me! It is unclear why, and I've never seen this in the history running web servers for the Black Vault. I am not sure when this happened, but I discovered it yesterday. I have server monitors up, but never got notified of anything down. The server was just throwing forbidden errors, which is why it technically didn't show as down. So I never got a notification. And let me be clear, he continues, I do not fully suspect foul play, but the main web hosting provider for that server had no idea what happened. And on their side, they said it was a deletion, not corruption. Whoa. Wow. And then he finally adds, in my honest opinion, I feel it was very oddly timed server maintenance done by the hosting provider that went awry. They didn't catch it, and when I did, they didn't take the blame, and there was no way to fully prove what happened and by whom. Could I be wrong? Could it have been foul play? Can't rule it out. What do you guys think? I don't know what to think. John's pretty serious, so I don't see him lying about this. And when I say serious, I mean he's not going to, fabricate something that's not going to have a big payoff. If he's going to lie about something, he's going to want to make sure he's compensated for his troubles. Capiche? Hey, all right. That's the teams I know. What a weird, interesting day. What a weird, interesting world we live. What a weird time to be alive. Underwater bases, you bet. The aliens are everywhere. Everywhere. And Tim Burchett keeps talking about it. Like, he can't stop talking about it. So much so, he joined the panel with A.V. Loeb. Yeah, from now on, it's A.V. I don't like Avi. Sounds like a dog.
Intelligence that suggests that there are perhaps deep water alien bases right now sitting on the ocean floor on this planet. Is that accurate?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
Can you go into more detail? How long have they been here? Where are they?
Well, I'm extrapolating all this with my East Tennessee vernacular. So we've got five or six deep water areas
Oh, I want to thank Nathan. Nathan, for your contribution on the PayPal. Thank you very much, sir. You are a continuing supporter of GoofOn. You are a continuing friend of me. You are a very integral part of life itself in the paranormal community. You, sir, are a positive influence on those of you. Lost my train of thought. Thanks.
of our oceans. We actually know more about the surface of the moon than we do about
started good
these areas. And these are areas where we have a high frequency of UFO or UAP sightings. We've had naval folks have told me pretty high up that they've actually tracked these things. Now, we have stuff that can go underwater probably 30 to 40 miles an hour, maybe something a little faster that the Chinese haven't stole from us yet. And we've tracked things big as a football field going 200 miles an hour. Now, I realize in the water you extrapolate that to knots and all that, but just for good old East Tennessee common sense, 200 miles an hour, something the size of a football field. And we don't know what it is. And these are in these areas. So, yeah, there's something going on there. And whether it's something that's been here for millennial or whatever, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm kind of like Dr. Loeb. I love to study this kind of stuff. It's the scientific material there he's the one that disclosed some things that were found that were extraterrestrial in our oceans. And, he's brave enough, I believe, to come forward with those. So I'm looking forward to some more talks about this, but I think I've kicked the hornet's nest because it was just in a casual conversation with a blogger and I discussed it. It wasn't in a classified setting, so I could talk about it. But I always remember the last thing this one high-ranking official told me as he left my office. He was right close to me as I am to my phone in my barn right now, and he said, "Tim, they're real."
Dr.
I can't buy into it. And what's really saddening, if you think about it, it's really interesting the way this has panned out for a few folks in the field. John Greenwald loses all of his data. And it was supposed to just say, well, it's a glitch, something went wrong. It was like bad wiring or something. No, I don't. Like, why would you go after John Greenwald? I know he's got the treasure trove of information, but all that's been dispersed and disseminated into the public. Everybody's got the information. You didn't do anything to hurt John. Like, a lot more than that. Take that guy down. I'll tell you that. I think we're seeing the resolve of Greenwald as we speak. I don't know. I just feel bad for the guy. I know what it's like to have shit like that happen. And when you have nobody to blame, and it's like, who do you go after? Like, everything's so woohoo. Everything's so compartmentalized within the Pentagon that any information that comes out is a leaked information. And you could be seen as a treasonous thug, a jackboot. No, that's not. I'm just kidding. But it's so weird because you don't know anymore what's real or what's fake. All right. We went from let's go back to ufology, the early days. What's in the sky? What's in the sky? Hey, Dit Dot. Thank you, Dorothy, with the $2 super chat, super sticker. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thanks, Dorothy. A continuing supporter of Goof On. So what was I saying? What was I just saying? I don't remember. Hold on. No, I really don't. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I was saying the information, all right. Hold on. Hold on. Right. You don't know anymore. When I found out, which I knew, I mean, we all know that the documents we see from the government can be manipulated and or fake. So I'm watching this thing and on UFOs or whatever, current event show, and they say there's some fake documentation out there on the UFOs, the UFO programs, the UFO legacy programs. It sounds to me like the whole thing is scripted for cryptid. And it sounds to me like it's a loophole for them not having to pigeonhole themselves into one topic. I know that sounds silly, but they just cover the whole entire paranormal existence on the planet. Everything. Like, take away the paranormal. Where were we 50 years ago? What was in the sky? Airplanes, balloons, and birds. I'm going to exclude the animals, man-made stuff in the sky. Just two things. And now we have what? Airplanes, helicopters, drones, balloons. Those weren't flying around in the 50s. I mean, they were there, but not by you and me, right? Yeah, the balloons, number 4. And then you got number 5, you got hot air balloons. Number 6, you have satellites. Number 7, all right, you see, it just never ends. And I think there's a dozen things that they didn't have 100 years ago. So, with that being said, doesn't it make more sense to believe the past than today? When it comes to stories, the past is where it's at. We don't have to go that far. Not that far at all. Just before Roswell. And everything's legit. Everything. Misidentified, perhaps. So, you want to bring in the cryptids. Why can't we, why can't the government release the documents on Bigfoot too? Is there? Is there any public interest in the government going after a Bigfoot? Woo! I'm telling you, if you want ratings, NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, and affiliates, you do that. You have the Alien Bachelor, right? With your host, Dick Giordano. That would be me. I would need to host that show. God, that'd be so much fun. John here is from Kansas, right? Yeah. Huh? See a lot of UFOs out there in Kansas, John, do you? Only when I'm drinking. All right. We're going to get out of here tonight, man. I got to go eat. I'm a starving humanoid, and I need my nooch. So thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans for making tonight's show that enjoyable in the chat room. Because I can't do it, so you guys do. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology as a whole. As a whole, I love you guys. Be safe out there, okay? It's a youngle. Did you hear me? It's a youngle, I tell you. I am looking for our outro, and there it is. All right, guys. What do I say? Where do we be? Holy mackerel. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Well, that doesn't look like this. Yeah, and they're forged documents. Forged, I tell you. Forged documents. Oh, come on. You know. Oh. Stupid thing pops up for the out for. Oh, you motherfucker. Not in the mood. All right. Cancel. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Be safe. Be brave. And don't take shit from nobody. You got it? All right. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Love you. Alien Blood.
There's a good thing. It's rotating. What was in the skies of Greer? And why did it download those treasured sites in Christianity? There's a new bit of making proof for not alone UFO from bright lights descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
Oh.